Hey everyone, super excited about the launch of the new Cobra DarkSpeed Adapt line of metalwoods. Going to break down the different drivers that they have today. There's 4 of them, but I want to talk about the technology that they all share for starters. And the first one's going to be the new Future Fit 33 adapter, and Cobra is awesome with the design of this. I know 33 settings sounds like a lot, but there's some charts out there that make it really easy to use. And really the basics of it are you have some independent adjustability of both the lie as well as the loft. You can do plus or minus 2 degrees of either with incremental changes along the way to really dial in the launch conditions that you need. Now they all also share Cobra's hot face technology, and really what that is testing 15 different locations across the face to ensure a consistent ball speed across all of those. For years, center hits, ball speeds have been awesome. Now it's really about maximizing that ball speed on those off center shots. And they've rechanged the shaping a little bit of all the line this year, but really raising the crown and then streamlining the tail rear skirt of all these drivers just to help make them more aerodynamic and trying to squeeze out every mile an hour of club head speed that they can get from the golfers. Now we do have some variable weighting not only across each model but even within the models as well with their power bridge. For example, in the 9 degree LS as well as the 9 degree X, you do have the power bridge forward in the face, moving some weighting forward, helping to lower the launch and lower the spin, where you do not see that in the 10.5 degree models. And then in your K as well as in the draw model, they move the weight either to the rear or to the heel. We'll break those down here momentarily. But right now I'm holding the LS. Let's talk about that one. So if you followed us for a while, you know we like to measure these and really give you the objective data, not only for who they are for, but really why they're for you. So let's talk about the LS. So LS features 3 adjustable weights in the bottom. We've got a 10 gram and then 2 3 grams. And depending how you configure those, you're gonna move the CG around both heel to toe, as well as forward and back. That influences the MOI as well. So let's talk MOI. Whenever you have one of the heavy weights forward or the heavy weight forward, we see the MOI coming in at around 4,300. It's what you'd expect with a smaller profile driver and with a forward weight. It's going to reduce spin, going to lower launch, going to lower MOI. It's really geared towards your better player or just your person who tends to hit the ball in the middle of the face of the driver especially. Move the weight to the rear, then you get the MOI up to about 4,500, 4,600. A pretty high level of forgiveness for, again, a smaller profile driver. Additionally, moving the weights heel or toe, we see overall about 4 millimeters of total CG swing. So 2 millimeters into the toe when the 10 gram weight's in the toe, 2 millimeters of CG movement into the heel when we see the 10 gram weight in the heel. Awesome driver if you tend to hit the ball, again, fairly center in the face. Definitely worth checking out. Smaller profile driver, you're probably going to swing it really fast as well. Now let's move on to the X, and this is going to be one of 2 drivers that I think is really for everyone. So we do see some adjustability in the sole. Obviously features the Future Fit 33. We've got a 10 gram and a 3 gram, and they just move forward and backward. So moving the 10 gram weight to the rear, we get the MOI up to 5,000. That's really, I would say, your standard anymore for your really core model driver for the average player out there. Lots of forgiveness. Move that CG weight into the forward position. Now we bring the MOI down to 4,700, still really forgiving, but the best part about this is now neutral CG. It's not in the heel, not in the toe. It's about as neutral as you can make it. Cobra's been doing that for years. They make awesome metal woods. But then we see slight changes in the projection or the height of the CG as we do it as well. So it's about 2 millimeters high when you move the weight forward and about 3 millimeters high when you move it back. And you can just use that as a way of tuning your launch a little bit beyond the Future Fit adapter and tuning your spin a little bit as well. I'd start with the adapter. Changing your loft is definitely going to influence the launch and spin the most, but then you can just mess with the weight in the bottom and get that spin and launch dialed in exactly where you need it. So X, awesome driver for pretty much any average golfer out there for sure. But now let's talk about the 2 that I'm the most excited about. That is going to be the Max K. So just putting this one on the ground, really big footprint, instills confidence. And we have the MOI coming in at right at pretty much 5,800. It's right up against the legal limit, pretty much tying the highest MOI we've measured from some of the competitors over the years. What I love about this particular model as well though, neutral CG, so we don't see any bias heel or toe, but then the CG is only 3 millimeters high. Many times when you start moving weight to the rear, trying to make these as forgiving as possible, moving the weight back is really how they do it, or one way that they do it. You tend to get a CG projection that's very high on the face, which means high spin. Not the case here with the Max K. We should have a driver that is not only extremely forgiving, but also has neutral to, I'd say, even slightly lower rates of backspin, which majority of golfers is what they need. So definitely worth checking out with the DarkSpeed Adapt Max K. But now the one I'm most excited for, and that is the MaxD. Reason being is at GOLFTEC, many golfers walk in the door slicing. You go to any golf course, most golfers are also slicing. Why I like the MaxD. Not only do we have internal weighting that's going to move the weight into the heel, we've also got a 10-gram weight in the heel as well. In between the internal weighting, just the shaping of the head, as well as the external weighting, we see the CG 6.5 millimeters into the heel. This is the most heel draw bias CG that we've ever measured. We've measured hundreds of drivers over the last I don't know, 5 to 10 years. So most draw bias as far as CG is concerned. Add some adjustability in the line angle. You should have a driver that is as easy to not slice as possible. I'm not going to say it's going to fix it, but if you slice, definitely one that is worth checking out. It should at least help you to minimize that, and then the rest is on you afterwards. Now, as far as the CG goes, like I said, 6.5 millimeters in the heel. It's about 2 millimeters high, so it should also be fairly low spin as well. And then we see the MOI coming in at 4,700, which is what you would expect and really what you want when it comes to a draw bias driver. Having a little lower CG with the weight in the heel is what makes these things draw bias. But really, you can't go wrong with any of these. Cobra has done an awesome job designing not only the adapter, but just the entire line of metalwoods this year. There's a driver for everybody, but in order to figure out which one is for you, you know what you need to do. Find your local GOLFTEC near you and go in and schedule your club fitting today.